Hey guys, it's Paradise, and we all thought Blue Protocol, the ambitious anime-inspired MMO, was gone for good after its mixed reception and initial struggles in Japan. But now it's one of the most anticipated MMORPGs on the horizon after Shanghai Bakura Network brought it back, rebuilt it, and rebranded it as Blue Protocol Star Resonance. Well, now it's confirmed for a global release in 2025, and recently the developers did a Q&A session with IGN and Maxroll, revealing major details and answering fans' questions. So in this video, we wanted to go over some of the information we've learned and sum up the answers, as we're sure some of you are as curious about the game as we are. If you do want to check out the full article, there will be a link in the description as well. One of the first questions they asked is about who the game is for. Bakura's founder Roy said that this game is built specifically for anime lovers and traditional MMO fans looking for a deep, vibrant online world. The game's core gameplay revolves around intense PvE battles combined with casual social activities. It's actually great to hear that they have this, as MMORPGs have been weirdly getting more and more single-player focused, often not requiring parties or social mechanics to complete content, which for us is a core part of an MMO. Next up is monetization. This has always been a hot topic. Bakura have said that they understand Western concerns about pay to win, and that Star Resonance will not give paid players exclusive progression advantages. We know that convenience options like premium currency conversions will exist, but the devs have said that all progression items can be earned through regular gameplay. Their goal for monetization is to create a balance that allows for casual or newer players to catch up without breaking fairness or economy. They also spoke about the content that will be available in the game, and it's sounding like it ticks a lot of boxes for us. As hardcore players, the game will feature 5-player dungeons, 20-player raids, class customization, and continuous seasonal updates with new classes, bosses, and PvE modes. But on the more casual side, there's also house building, fishing, crafting, and frequent social events. It's really nice to see that they're aiming for a balance here, as you don't want to be sweating raid content 24/7 while playing, and sometimes there is some downtime where you're waiting for people to be ready, so doing a little fishing on the side as it is an MMO is pretty perfect. Next was an interesting question, as we know that Star Resonance will be an ongoing thing, and the interviewer asked how they are going to introduce new mechanics to avoid overwhelming players over time. They said Bakura prefers to deepen existing mechanics rather than continuously add new ones. This approach ensures that players, whether new or returning, can always jump in easily and find meaningful ways to progress. Hopefully they do add enough new things to keep it interesting though. Another thing that was asked was about the grind. All MMOs are generally going to involve grinding, but there is a big difference between a monotonous grind and an enjoyable one. Roy said the team is taking steps to prevent mandatory grinding. Regular seasonal updates will refresh existing activities, keeping them engaging without burnout. And there was a special emphasis being placed on enhancing social content like housing, which will receive regular expansions. They also said that while the game doesn't currently have a full dynamic world event, they are considering adding them in future updates if fans want them. Next up, they spoke about collabs, and as Monster Hunter fans, we love a good collab, so this is exciting news for us, as they've said anime collaborations are definitely coming. This is awesome, and they've confirmed they will soon launch surveys asking players which anime franchises they would love to see a crossover with first. Now that does beg the question of which ones we think will work the best. Well, we think Freerun would be amazing as a mage class skin. Now, one of the things the devs were concerned about and have made adjustments to are the life skills, as they have reduced the pressure on players to create alternate characters. Energy now only affects trading. Gathering and crafting are entirely energy free. And they're adding new recipes to ensure dedicated life skill players always have progression goals. Another hot question, and one that we were concerned about, was the auto combat, and the devs have acknowledged concerns about this and clarified that it is strictly limited to trivial, low difficulty encounters. Rewards from AFK combat are also tightly controlled, meaning that you will need to be locked in when doing some of the more higher, spicier content. Here's another interesting answer from the developers when they were asked about servers and localization. Bakura is exploring a mega server structure which will allow players globally to share the experience together. At launch, we know the game will support English localization with Japanese voiceover, and to be honest, we're kind of disappointed that they don't have English voiceover at launch. Talking about the more casual side of things, there's good news for any decorators out there, as housing will be available immediately at release. It will include customizable islands, shared living spaces with friends, farming for in-game currency, and furniture crafting options. So if you're more about the cozy side of things, there'll be a ton of things for you to do. Next, we spoke about this in our previous video, but the Guitarist class has officially been confirmed for launch. This class is a mix of DPS and support styles, which is really cool, and there will be more classes coming regularly in post-launch content. They also asked about Steam Deck support, as recently the devs announced that the game will have controller support. They said that the focus is on controller support for launch, but they're open to the idea of supporting more input types in the future. Now, Blue Protocol always had an impressive character creator, but the devs have said to expect vastly improved customization at launch, including more hairstyles, facial features, and detailed cosmetic options. There's also potential for an early character creation system, allowing players to prepare their characters ahead of the actual launch, and they did this for the original Japanese release, so this would be really cool to see them do it again. Finally, the big news, Bakura has confirmed that a global beta is actively being prepared, with more details coming soon. So it won't actually be too long until we get to play it. Star Resonance is sounding really cool, and from speaking to a few friends that played the Chinese beta, they are loving it. So stay subscribed below, because we'll keep you up to date with all new information dropping for Star Resonance. Here at Arekkz Gaming, we're two friends who love to play games. You have me, Paradise, as well as 26.
Our goal is to keep the videos as concise as possible by cutting out any of the fluff and focusing on what really matters with high quality videos.
So make sure you're subscribed down below for more videos on your favorite games coming very soon.